VOD review of Space Station versus EG. See what happened in this series generally. If you guys are new to these videos or whatever, I generally just like to watch top down, and then we'll go into play reviews when I feel like I need to. But we just kind of go from there. It's game number 1. See how it goes. Sathy got the boost, so that's always nice. AXB off the top. Oh no. Space Station starting off right where they left off from last week. I want to see what happened with AXB on this play, because this looks like a play that maybe he got faked that there was going to be a save. No, he just completely whiffs. That's all. And typical, same thing. Just a whiff. Whiff city. Oh, man. Gotta love it. All right, anyway. Continuing on. Not a bad air dribble here by Classics. He's just trying to avoid like Sathy coming in and just trying to follow behind it. But Sathy actually gets a really nice tip back out. And AXB finally does score. But this is all just because of the start, all the way back to when AXB did that. It forces Classics to use all this boost. Maybe he had a little bit more time, but honestly, it's just a dangerous ball in an area. But like Drippy has nothing, so he's got to pick up boost there. And Crypto G really has nothing. Crypto G, he started creeping out here because he wanted to support the play, which is not a bad idea, generally, because he sees that Drip's going to be back in net with the boost. Just that the play happened so quickly that it just didn't really work out. And nice shot there by, what was that, Sathy? Scored that? Oh, God, I hate this new FX stuff. Oh, no, I'm sorry. AXB to get the goal. The win by Classics. The pass out. No one's really around, though, so easy clear. See what Crypto G can do. Gives a tip out, Drip A with the 50, but typical, pretty big win there. And this is a poor touch by Classics. He has more time here. I think he's a little bit worried about AXB on this situation. We'll go over to him real quick. So I think he's a little bit worried about that. Like he has to be slightly worried, so that's probably why he jumps early. But the thing I don't like is that he tries to elevate this ball. Like, I wanted to see him, like, kill it down into the corner instead of just, like, throwing it up high towards Sathy. Like, he tried to hit it soft at least so it wasn't, like, a center ball. It's like, or a ball that Sathy can half volley off the wall, which is okay, but it still, like, gave Sathy a decent chance there. But Crypto G with the clear. It's a nice little double tap. And around AXB. But, unfortunately, no one's available. Now it's time for Drip A to fight in the corner, but they get it out. Classics tried to creep up. Didn't really work out here. Just fine. Just trying to feel it out where the ball's going to go. It goes back to Crypto G, so it's still their possession. Not the end of the world. But he hits that ball way too far away from himself. Right here, just nails that way too hard. So AXB, it's an easy hit. But again, AXB, like, he rushes to a lot of balls, and he had a lot of mishits today, or on Sunday. Like, this one's just another kind of mishit, unless he's trying to pass back to Typical, but slight mishit there. Now, Sathy just trying to cross over here. He's worried about Crypto G in the midfield, trying for, like, a redirect. So that's why he goes up to just tap that to, like, nowhere. Which makes sense. Let's see what Typical does here. Trying to slow it down. Nice play by Typical to actually win that challenge is huge. When Drip A is just waiting on that play. Nice play by here by Sathy as well. Where Sathy sees that ball coming out. He's not really in the vicinity for it. Like, he could tip this. If Sathy wants to, but he sees that Crypto G is coming around and he's the only one available. So if he gets this demo, it's a free goal. So I like this idea. He just barely misses Crypto G because Crypto G never bounces, but it keeps Crypto G in check and makes him low to the ground there so they can continue this play, and so AXB can have a free win, which is a nice play. But he basically was just trying for the ultimate free goal there. Drip A off the corner. It doesn't get the pass to Classic, so it's just a clear, so they all have to retreat. Just get some boost. Nice little small touches here by EG. But they keep getting to this corner, and then they're just getting completely stuffed right now by Space Station. Another tip out. I'm going to go back a little bit here. So right here, we see Crypto G is going for some demos for EG. He's trying to hit Sathy up. And Drippet gets that ball around the corner. Now, Classics is the last one back, so it's up to him to decide if he wants to go or not. And this pass is not the greatest pass. Like, it doesn't give any angles for Classics, and it's going across the net. So I'm actually surprised that Classics jumps up for this. The reason why he might is he wants to tap it back down off the backboard for Corrupted G. That's probably the best play. Like, with Drip A flying right there, he's probably not going to do anything with this. So I think that's his main goal here is to just tap it off the backboard so it goes back to Corrupted G, who's waiting over here, which did a weird turn, actually. So if we look at Corrupted G while the ball goes, I just want to see him real quick. Yeah, he turns back upfield, which I find a little weird. He's basically trying to play the same ball that Classics is trying to play here by turning up the field into the corner. But if he trusts Classics, then he should be turning back to the midfield. So I'm surprised that Corrupted G turns back up to this wall. And instead the ball goes over his head, and then it's a major problem. But I'm surprised he goes to that corner, because I feel like even if he does hit this ball in the corner, literally nothing's going to come of it, because both Classics and Drippe are now going to be out of the play with 0 boost. So, like, he can waste some time in that corner, but the only way they score a goal here is if Classics somehow wins and puts that ball back mid and Corrupted G gets a shot. So I'm surprised he turned back to that corner there, which felt like a bad positional mistake. And then they almost get scored on here. Corrupted G is trying to waste as much time as he can by throwing it into the corner, but XP's already beaten into the ball. And they almost get the goal, but luckily they just barely get back. So good play by Drippe. Hustle on back. Now Corrupted G reciprocal, and this is just unfortunate. That's really all this is. Just Corrupted G tries to win the challenge. Classics, there's not much you can do about this. Sure, he does a flip, but he does it on purpose. You can't expect that ball to go that fast. Usually, I don't think it would have mattered all that much. It's very hard to read, so a little bit of a freebie there for Space Station. But you take those. Alright, we'll continue. Some simple 50s here. A little bit of a miss by Sipical again. He's probably trying to just distract Drippe. He's trying for a little bit of a tap, but it doesn't work. Drippe gets kind of a poor touch, but he passes it to himself, so it works out. Maybe that was planned all along. Who knows? But no one really available. And EG is just trying to attack the same corner again. And Space Station just wants none of it. Like, they are not letting that happen really at all. Classics. Good pass here to Corrupted G. Solid shot as well. There it is. So this is a good vision by Classics here. He knows that Corrupted G is doing the same thing that he did earlier. He attacks the corner. He goes for their boost. Sathi doesn't really have any boost, I assume. I'm going to guess there. Yep, 0 boost. So, like, Classics knows that this ball is pretty easy to hit Corrupted G with. Pretty easy pass. Great shot, and Classics, great demo as well to make it happen. And what do we got here? Squid! What's up, man? GG, dude. You made us look silly. I'll see you on Friday, baby.
Squid. Hello, Mr. Potato.
Alright, we'll continue here. Thank you, Squid. 5 months, man. Again, EG attacking that same corner, but nothing really doing. Nice play here by Sipical. He's trying to throw this back to Sathu. He thinks it's a little bit more open than it is, but this is actually a really good read by Corrupted G. So once again, we see EG. They have 2 in the same corner. Not doing a whole lot. Like XP, he forces a 50-50 against both. Classics does his half rotate, and Drippe doesn't realize, so 2 of them are out of the play now. Also, I think Drippe jumps off the wall here. Did he? No, he just tapped his brakes. So he's still at least available a little bit. But this is a nice play by Sipical, because he knows that there's 2 by EG in that corner, but this read by Corrupted G is really well done. He knows it's coming this way. He can't get the bounce, but it's a good idea, and it's a good positional play by him to try and block that off, even when 2 of them are up so far. It was a good play. Now ball's deep on the other side, and then now this is just awkward. No one's challenging Classics at all. Like, XP is somewhat around, but not really. So, like, Classics knows he has space, so this is weird that Corrupted G tries to take this off of him. And now they just lose possession right there. Like, none of them go for that ball, and now Sathu has it. That's a really, really bad play by EG. By Corrupted G, mostly. XP just being patient, waiting for Drippe's hit. Drippe gets another 50, though, so well done. And a demo. Great save here by Sipical, though. Let's go over to him and just show how hard these saves are. Like, that's a hard save. And he makes it look so easy. Look at that. That was beautiful. So well done there. Now all 3 in the same spot again for EG. They have to be careful of that. But they do spread out eventually. Corrupted G, a little bit of a miss hit here. I think he's worried about the demo. Not really. He just kind of whiffs on it. Sipical gets him. See if a pass play happens. They try. Doesn't matter. Okay, and this one was definitely a lag hit. I will give you that, Sathu. But he was definitely trying to hit this ball. So this is definitely not a fake. Definitely trying to hit that. He wouldn't have scored it, I don't think. I think he would hit it off the backboard, and it might have been too hard for Reciprocal to react to. Maybe. And Drippe might have had the save, so it's better off that that happens. But also, I can't give Sathu too much crap. He uses all his boost here, basically. He still had 7, actually, by the time he makes it there, so. But hey, it works out, right? When you get a pass in the offensive side, and you miss, and it scores, hey, man, you still had the pass on the offensive side, right? So, Spacestation will take those. A little bit lucky this game. I feel like those 2 goals. Besides that, it would be an even game. But that one at least was more predetermined that they had an offensive chance. Now, Classics is a 3v1. One thing I don't like here is... so let's watch this play from back here. You see how Corrupted G, he tries to wait for this pass for a little bit too long. He could have immediately rushed the goalie. That's definitely the play here. Because even if he does pass to Corrupted G, it's like he's going to have to pop it or something and get it around AXB. But just go for the demo immediately. But I think Corrupted G, he had boost. Ooh, so, he didn't have much boost. But he could have flipped. His first play could have been a boost to a flip. And then he'd be right in AXB's face. But he kind of waits for it. So now it's just Classics versus AXB at this point. And he kind of gets a bad dribble. And Crypt G actually saves that ball. That ball actually, I think, would have been in otherwise. Yep. That ball's in, but Crypt G makes the save. And that's just a delayed demo. When you don't really need that pass and play there, just go for the demo when it's that free. And once you see your teammate put it on his hood or something like that, then you know. It's like, all right, just go for the demo. So, unfortunate play there. But Corrupt G with the save. Sathu, good 50, but nice play by Corrupted to hold it in the zone. But it's a little bit dangerous right here. But they know they're down 2 goals, so that's why he's playing more of that half-field game. AXB throws it deep. That's all they really have to do for this last minute, if they can. A little bit awkward here, but Sathu does win it in the corner. But AXB has to retreat. Once again, Classics on his own. And Reciprocal just kind of flips out of the way. This is not really a good play by Classics, but you'll take it. Why can't I see Reciprocal? So I had this bug earlier when I was doing a replay analysis where I couldn't see one of them. There we go. Yeah, he just flips out of the way. Simple as that. Like Classics, he loses the ball from his head right there immediately, and yeah, he just dives out of the way. It's as simple as that. So not a great play. And Classics has had 2 pretty mediocre dribbles, but the one would have counted if a Corrupted G didn't get in the way. So I guess he got payback for that one there. And no goal here. Almost a goal. We see Reciprocal try and bump Drippe there as well. And Drippe whiffs on it because of that bump attempt. But Classics just barely gets back. Nice pinch here. But the problem with this is Classics just throws this ball forward. He has to throw this ball towards Drip over on the side here because Drip is coming around with momentum so they can continue this offensive push. But he throws it way too far deep, so Drippe can't do anything with this. But Drippe, he still tries for the challenge, which is not a good challenge at all. And now everyone's out of position, as you can see here. Like, we'll show it again. Show it from this view, I guess. Like, he's not even close to this ball, Drippe, and he gets beat. And now Corrupted G is also moving up the field. And Classics, he was the one who passed it, so he's going to be up the field a little bit. Just kind of a bad read by all of EG there. It causes this chance on the offensive side, but it went over AXB's head. Nice clear by Drippe. Just a little bit too far for Corrupted G, but it was still pretty nice clear. And then Drippe gets bumped by AXB. He's trying to get around him. He's like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. But he can't. And he only has 7 boost. So let's go back to the clear. So the clear is hard and high, which is not bad. Like, the time when it gets rough here is that Corrupt G also goes up and doesn't win the challenge. So now it takes up another player out of the game. And then Classics just whiffs really, really hard on that. He's not expecting AXB to land and be able to make that pass. And then Drippe just kind of runs into him. He almost makes the save anyway. But let's go over to Classics' point of view just to see if it would have been any better. My phone's going. Yeah, it's no one. I know. All right. Let's go back to it. So Classics is trying to move up the field as well. Then he notices, oh, well, we're not going to win this ball. And then he's never really in line for that play anyway. It would have been tough either way, but AXP makes the play happen. So well done by him. Space Station pulling away. Now we'll see how aggressive they get for EG. Drippy off the backboard. Nice play by AXP to get up in front of Corrupted G. Now this play right here, a little awkward. I wouldn't have Sathu move up here. As soon as you see one of your guys move up, don't pass this midfield line, Sathu. Just don't bother. Because you're up 2. All you got to do is waste like 5 more seconds. No point of moving up the field there necessarily. So, like, I would have liked them not. Like, that play's fine where Sathu moves up there because he has someone else rotating out. And they get the goal there. But the play before that, I just would not like to see it. And right here is more of a just an AXP miss. And Drippy goes up and completely misreads that corner. Like, completely. Like, he gets destroyed here. I think he might be worried about AXP more than anything. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but we'll go over to him. Because, like, at this point, this game's over. And he has to go for this read because he needs a boom and clear where he scores it, basically. So that's what he's trying to do here. Actually, he didn't really try and do that all that well. But he just misreads that corner pretty hard. And Sathu, beautiful shot. Classic's own goals for him. And that's the end of game number 1. We'll look at the stats. And there we go. We see typical 5 shots, 2 goals. Sathu and AXP also doing pretty well, but only 4 shots across the board for EG. And let's move on to the next game. Fairway with the host. Thank you, man. 11 viewers and too tall to function. Thank you for the bits, man. Sorry I missed it while I was talking. My apologies. But thank you, guys. Appreciate it for the support. Oh, wait. You can leave Aquadome again. James is going to be happy. You couldn't leave Aquadome in replays, at least. I'm not sure if it's fixed for normal spectating, but you couldn't leave Aquadome before. Now you can just completely leave, which is weird. I guess that's one way to fix it. All right. We're going to watch the game from back here, guys. Let's just, here we go. All right. Let's see how this play develops here. See, a good play by Corrupted G, I think it is. Just get your glasses on. AXP wins that challenge on the corner. And a big challenge there by 3 different players, and EG wins it out. But Typical gets the clear, but he doesn't get that second touch. Let's see what Corrupted G does. He goes for the bump, but he misses. Sathu makes the play. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to move back. This is weird, though. But that was one complaint that James had during spectating, and we were thinking about rotating the map out because we couldn't leave the arena. But looks like that's fixed. So let's go back. Sorry, guys. I apologize. My phone's ringing again. Oh, it's a scam, though. Scam likely, it says. So I think we're okay. All right, let's get onto the ball here. For some reason, it's not attached. There we go. Nice demo of Classics. It basically frees up anything, but okay. Drippy, okay. We see you. He's like, I don't want to hit this ball. It's fine. I'm just looking at the pretty fish. Which there is no fish right now. I don't know why that is. It's like the water left. Or maybe that's my graphic settings, but I thought they were still fish. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. So Typical versus Corrupted. He loses that out, and Classics is trying to find some demos, but nothing really happened. AXP. He has another chance at a double tap. He doesn't hit this one either. This one's probably more difficult. He's a little bit closer, but like I expect him to hit these better than what he showed on Sunday. But he just kind of whiffs on that one as well. And doesn't even like do much with it. So not the greatest. But Corrupted wins that ball out. Let's see what AXP can do. So AXP is just being very patient here because the one thing he doesn't want is a 50-50 to spill back out to Drippy or Classics. Because if that 50-50 goes anywhere on that side of the field, but they have a really good shot versus Sathu. So he waits it out, and Corrupted kind of misses on the secondary touches. So it works out. It forces a Drippy and Classics to both force into that play. And it's not really an offensive opportunity then. So it worked out. Nice clear by Sathu. Classics just trying to be a nuisance. An extra little tap by Sathu will give Spacestation some form of possession, but AXP hits this ball a little bit too far away from himself and also not far enough forward, so it allows Classics to just come back and read it. Good demo by Corrupted G. There's the goal. There it is. So this is all, like Sathu kind of tips it up around Corrupted, which is good, but AXP, just a little bit of a hard touch here. Go over to him. See his touch. He didn't have a lot of boost, so maybe it's that. But yeah, just barely can't reach that. Just a little bit too far forward, and then Corrupted G gets the demo. So big play by EG. And we'll move forward. Got the kickoff. Watch out. Wear your 3D glasses, kids. Okay, let's see what AXP does by himself. Nice pass right there. Should be a give and go. Boom. Bam. Bananas. There it is. Beautiful play. That's what I like to see. When you have space, make a play happen. And it's better than AXP going for another double tap. Instead, which he probably could have as well, because we see Drip A. He moved out on this play, which is kind of weird. I'm going to go over to Drip A. And I've seen some small positional mistakes from him in these first 2 series that we've seen from them, or first 3 series. Like, kind of a weird spin here. Like, the ball goes out. He decides to go forward, but then he's like, nah, never mind. I'm going to turn around. And then he's like, oh, shit. Now I'm backwards. And now I'm in trouble. Kind of strange. Instead of just spinning normally on the first time and then maybe getting out for a challenge. It still would have been a tough play, but a little bit of a weird one. Great play, though, from Spacestation. Great use of time. And then this one, they gave way too much time for Sipical. Where's Classics going? He just bails on the play and allows Sipical to get that shot. Really good save by Corrupted, though. And then again, Corrupted and Classics kind of on top of one another here. It's probably a better play for Corrupt G anyway, because Classics is kind of a little bit behind the ball, or in front of the ball, I should say. But they did give up some form of possession there. Sathu, great idea for the pass. Great positioning by Drippe to cut off that midfield. See what Sipical can do. He sees the pass. Beautiful. Just a little bit hard. Like, not much you can do for AXB here. He's trying to set up for a good pass. And look at this. He's got all the space in the world. And we see here with EG, with Drippe getting that clear, and then Classics kind of missed on his wave dash there. Then he kind of just ball chases towards Sipical, which you really should be ball chasing towards the passee, I guess you would call it. The one to receive the pass. But he just kind of goes towards the ball and is not really doing anything here. And Corrupt G is getting boost. It wouldn't have mattered too much, but this ball was just a little bit too hard for AXB, so he tries to make up for it. He tries for the demo there on Corrupted as well, it looks like, on that bump. I actually want to see that play to see if he actually meant to do that. It doesn't really look like it. Let's see on the pass, though. Yeah, it's a very hard pass. Can't really do much with it. Yeah, he's just trying to land on the wall at that point, so he can recover quicker. But EG gets the clear. But again, it seems like Spacestation holding possession. But right there, that's a big play by Classics. Just rushing in on them. Now EG's got possession here. And Drippe doing some good plays in the corner there, but no one's available because Corrupted G... Like, one thing, it seems like EG's attracted to these corners where they'll try and send another player to the same corner to try for that quick infield pass. But I feel like that hasn't really been working. And now Corrupt G's in that corner, so he can't really do much. And Classics is also on the rotation out, but it was a very wide rotation by grabbing that boost. So they have to hustle back a little bit. But AXB doesn't get the greatest touch. So Corrupt G, nice half rotate here to just stay aggressive for EG's sake and keep this play alive. But Sipical finally gets the clear, and then Drippe just completely whiffs on this. This is just a bad play. We'll go over to Drippe. Let's see why he did what he did. So right here, he turned off ball cam for a second, but at this point, the one thing that you should always know is when the ball's about to bounce on the defensive end and there's someone behind it, it's going to be a big clear. He moves up anyway. I guess he really trusted Classics on this play. And it's hard to see because it's like far away, but kind of a misread. And then he just completely whiffs on this. And we talked about Sipical making that really hard save in the first game. Saves like that, not necessarily always have to be made, but they have to be closer than this. Like this one was pretty rough by Drippe. Like it was tough because of how he positioned, but he wasn't even close to that ball. So not a good play there. And Spacestation will take a freebie. It's very similar to week 1 where Drippe had that one where it was off the ceiling and he side flipped out. Just some like small positional mistakes I've seen from Drippe so far this season. Good play here off the kickoff. Just Classics. He's forcing it through the corner, but he actually doesn't try for the secondary hit. He's just worrying about the demo. And Sipical makes a poor play here. But this first 50 kind of surprises Sipical a little bit, and then AXB can't get up as quickly as Corrupted. So just good speed there by Corrupted and Classics to get that goal. And finally, that corner attack worked. It worked for once. Fishies are on Ultra Suns only. All right. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it, man. See Sathu off the top. Not a terrible shot. It could have been slightly better, but not terrible. He's trying for placement there. AXB trying to finish as well, but can't get it. And now EG, if they can win that 50, have possession. Yeah, there you go. But Classics just hits this one a little bit low. A great clear by Sathu, because that ball's coming at him relatively hot, but he's able to clear it pretty well. Dripping corrupted, but at this point, like, Classics is out of the play, so there's no one else left. There he is, though. He shows back up. So well done by EG to keep this pressure going. Some sustained pressure, just no offensive actual chance yet. And again, they tried to attack this corner. Didn't really work out. We see Space Station just kind of waiting for that one. And now they gave up that midfield. Almost gave up that midfield, but Classics, again, a good challenge to keep possession for them. I feel like Classics was definitely the highlight for EG, at least in this week, which is not many highlights with a 3-0, but in this series at least. High clear. Classics just tapping it to the side, which is not a good play here. Like, they're not sure where everyone is on Space Station, but that's where comms come in, and this is where probably Drip A can call off Classics at this point. But Classics was probably already in there. And Drip A only has 11 boost, so I get it. But they're trying to force things because they don't have boost. Nice tip there, though, by Classics to keep this out. Watch from Drip A's point of view for a second. There we go. He decided to not go for that challenge. A little surprised by that. Like, I think he could have at least done a 50-50 there. And he had backup. Or maybe he just feels backflip on accident. It's always possible. Good lead pass here by Corrupted G. Just a little bit too hard for Drip A, so he can't do too much with it. But they get possession once again. And EG is playing a lot better in this game. Kind of controlling that possession game here. For the most part. Drip A took... wow, I'm surprised he won this ball. He took a really long time to just deflect this. You see how he goes behind the ball? Or in front of the ball, I guess you say. And then tries to come back to it. And I thought he was going to lose it just straight up because of that. But he does get the tap around. Just barely. But it was very, very slow play. And then I think he misses that boost. Or, yeah, okay. But he still got it out. This is not a terrible dribble on a very limited boost. To just get around one. You can't get around both, but it's something. Good pass here by XP. See what Sathu can do. Just can't get up high enough. And Sipical trying to drop it down as well, but pretty tough angle here. And Crept G, easy clear. And AXP was creeping forward. He was wondering. I'm surprised he crept this far forward. Because right here, you know that you lost on this play. And the Crept G will clear this. But he kind of creeps up even more. So this is a little bit ball chasey by AXP, but it doesn't hurt them. Not yet, anyway. Classic takes possession. Nice 50 out, though. And AXP, good challenge afterwards to clear. Now he's just beating everyone on the ball. Sathu beats Corrupted to that one. Classic's nice little tip out towards Drip A, which is a good play. And they actually get some good defensive pass in there to clear it. See what AXB can do. Off the top. He has no boost left, so he's not going to go for it. Classics will just throw it down. And we go to overtime. I can't remember how long this overtime was. I think it was relatively short. Oh, I have no idea if it's thing. It probably is. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just in replays. It's not showing up. Like, it could just be the new patch. Made the fishes go away for certain settings. I actually don't remember when I play an Aquadome if I get those settings or not. See what Corrupted can do here. Tries to pass to the mid. But no one's really available. He has a little bit of Drip A here where Drip A moves forward. And Drip A could pre-jump this if he really wants to. But it's not worth the risk at this point. So he just bails, which is smart. See what he can do here. Wins out that 50. Nice. And it turns into a pass to Classics. And then he pre-jumps this, though. Which is a little surprising. Because he's got space. Like, Classics, this isn't the greatest pass in the world. But I'm surprised he pre-jumps this so hard. Oops. Let me go back to Drip A. I wonder if he knows. He really doesn't know if he has the space. Because he never toggles off ball count. He's more focused on the pass, but he expected a much harder pass from Classic, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. So it doesn't turn into a shot. So it's kind of a mixture of both there. And Classics just complete whiff there on that angle. But Drippy gets the clear, but nice play by Sipical to make sure he's back. Fighting in the corner again. Great dribble there by Sipical to get it around both Classics and Corrupted G, with Classics trying to encroach on them. Really, really poor touch here by Corrupted G. Let me come over here to this angle. Like, he doesn't have a ton of time, but you got to lob that up at least. Now it turns into Sipical and Sathy both have a chance at this ball and have a chance to pass to AXB. Classics takes out one. Good play. It kind of ruins that offensive opportunity, but Classics right there just... the ball was just creeping a little bit too far forward on him. He couldn't really do much else with it. Now Drippy, a decent idea for the pass to Corrupted, just threw it too close to the net. It just turns into a full clear. Nothing really happened here. The one thing I like is Spacestation does spread out pretty well in these corners compared to EG normally. We see AXB, he's in the corner with Sipical, but as soon as like Sipical goes to the play, like AXB kind of like is already heading kind of towards net. The one thing I don't like is he turns back to the corner a little bit, but it actually works out. It goes right to him. He has that luxury because Sathy was going back to net, so it's not the end of the world. But see what Sathy can do. Nothing there. But I don't mind him flying for this too much. We see AXB, he's going to be out of the play, but Sipical's around, I guess, looking for a pass down. And as long as AXB is going back, not the end of the world. And now Sipical also retreats, so AXB can move up, so it's just good rotation. To always have someone else going back on the challenge. Good pass here by Sipical. Sathy just skies it a little bit. He's getting bumped slightly by Classics, or like Classics is kind of in the way. But that could have been probably a better shot. I'm going to go over to Sathy real quick. Just want to see what this play was like. See if he... Yeah, he had to worry about Classics a little bit. But he had to do a little bit of a break check. And then a little bit of a whiff there. But that's what Classics does. He's always a nuisance. Oh, God. Ball's right up in our view. AXB easily beats Corrupted there. Sathy, another fake. We'll call it a fake, Sathy. But let's see what happened with Corrupted G on this play, because this play is kind of rough. Yeah, he goes for the block because he doesn't have boost. Like, he has some boost, but... Yeah. Like, he goes for the block, but AXB just throws it off the wall. Because you got to try and block these angles. Go back a little bit further. So right there, he tries for that clear pass, but it's a little too far forward, so Drippy loses that challenge to Sipical. And then after that, they're in trouble because Classics also just completely whiffs. He goes for that challenge. So it's not really on Corrupted G. It's kind of both of his teammates also just completely whiffs on challenges. So it forces him to try and block that shot. And then everyone's just kind of running around. Let's see what Sathy did. Yeah, Sathy just whiffed. It's as simple as that. Another whiff, but Sipical scores the goal. Hey, you know, whatever works, man. Whatever works. Let's go over to the last game. Is there a rediffusion after the live? I'm not sure what that means. All right. Go over to ball cam. Oh, we have to go fly first, right? Ooh, zooming in on that. All right. Those are calculated fakes. Like, that's what I say all the time, too. For sure. All right. So this is the infamous 0-second goal. So we'll get there eventually. Not the greatest touch there by Corrupted G. He kind of just throws it right back to Space Station here. I keep wanting to call him Bread. Wonder how much time he has. Yeah, he had all the time in the world, actually. Like, no one's around. And he just kind of flies for it anyway and just throws it to him. So I'm not a huge fan of that play. On this side, almost a really good long pass here by Sipical. He's trying to lead AXB. He just throws it a little too far forward. But I like these plays at least much better than the Corrupted one where he's just trying to hit the ball out. There's at least intent here by Sipical. So he tries for AXB just a little bit too far forward, but it still works out. They get a 50, but good hustle back for the defense. Another good clear by Drippy. And Corrupted G again. He kind of just lobs us forward. Like, this one's a little bit more warranted. Just clear it and hope they grab some boost. And he's following up on this play at least. Should be a relatively easy save for Classics. It is. Now G and Drip A are back. Slowing it down with Drip A, but poor dribble here. Like, he's trying to flick this to Classics, and just he doesn't get the flick, so Sipical wins it. Now it's a one-on-one, basically, but AXP was a little bit too far back, probably just collecting boost. See what Sathu does here. Nothing much. He could have done a lot more with this. Probably wouldn't have amounted to too much, but he could have maybe made it a little bit more awkward. But now everyone's in the same corner, so maybe it will work. Who knows? I don't know. See G get a backward save there. Nice pass by Classics out to Drip A. See what Drip A can do. Nothing. AXP denies him. Nice job not falling for any fakes or anything like that. Just settling the ball down. Everyone in the same corner still. Sathu gets the pass down. Beautiful play there. So let's go back to the start of this corner play. So the start is like right here. So Sathu just throws on net. So Classic's just trying to throw it to safety. So G wants to go for this ball, but obviously it's way too hard. So it's AXP's ball. Now here's the problem is Drip A's just driving in circles in the net there. And then G also wants to make this play. So they can't really decide who's going to do it. But they do decide that G will hit it, and Drip A tries to leave. But then Drip A also backs up on this wall to come back into this play. At some point, just forfeit it, but G throws it off the wall. And Sathu's just there for the dunk, which is fine. Like, AXP's in their face, and Sathu's in their face. It's just a 50-50 out, almost. And now the problem is here, well, Classics is just chilling the net, because he can't really do much else. This play was actually not bad for a supportive play for Drip A to try and help out, but Classics is just kind of caught in net. I don't see when he got into net. Like, he gets in pretty early, and he kind of just goes into the back. I don't know if he could have really done a whole lot here, because that 50-50 is just so clearly won by Sathu, and just kind of sets it up. The only way is if he goes to the back wall, but he's not expecting it, so it's a little harder, because it could just spill out to the middle. So those corners are kind of dangerous, But either way, it was a really good 50-50 by Sathu. And a good pass. And what happened here? Let's go back. AXP gets dunked on, and Sipical was not expecting this at all. Nice dunk by Drip. Well done. This is also AXP just completely, or not completely, like he gets kind of bumped out by G, which I'll show in a second. Makes him turn at this last second. So it's actually a really good play by G as well as Drip. Right there, he's a little worried about him, so he kind of hooks around him for a split second, and that throws him off just enough where Drip A gets that dunk. So EG doing their normal bump plays, their intimidation plays, getting that goal. Oh, what a shot. Nice shot here by Classics. Let's go back to the face-off. It's just a clean win. Sipical tries to throw it to the corner, but as soon as it doesn't hit that curve, they're in deep, deep trouble. Now AXP is just hoping it's inside post, but brilliant shot by Classics there. Good shot location. Nice play there by Sipical to try and force a 50, but he actually just gets beat really, really hard. But I like the idea. Over AXP's head, but AXP doesn't jump, which is always nice to see. So he can get back inside. Good pass and play there, but AXP's ready. So this is what I was talking about. Because AXP didn't jump, he has time to get back into net, and then he goes up the back wall because they have Sipical rotating in to defend the net. And because he's on this back wall, he can get up so incredibly quick and beat out Drip A. So that's just good positional play there by AXP. Nice play here by Sathu, too. Like, Sathu, like, he's going back to net. He's kind of third man. He knows AXP's rotating around, but he just stops and immediately just aerials to block anything there, which is really, really nice. It turns that whole play on its head. Now it's Space Station's possession until AXP does that. Poor hit again by AXP. Like, he's had a couple weird aerials, for sure. But this is why Sipical got Player of the Week, you know? Nice touch there by Sipical to touch it to himself. It allows them to get out of the half. Sathy trying to pass it back to Typical, but it just doesn't really work out because it doesn't go off the wall. If this hits the wall and out, then Typical is golden here because right here we see Corrupted G flying. Even though Sathy wins this ball really, really easily. But Corrupt G's in the air, so he's out of the play. And Classics is underneath the ball, so he's out of the play. But unfortunately, it goes around that curve, so Typical can't do anything with it. But good idea, though. Sathy, I don't know where you're going there, buddy, but that's okay. Typical makes the play anyway. Nice play by him to control that and get it around them all on EG. Drippe gets it a little bit out, but it goes a little bit midfield. But Sathu has no angles. So I do like this play by Sathu, where he has no angles on the shot here. So instead of trying to shoot across his body, it'd be a relatively weak shot, and Classics just clears this out. Instead, he goes and attacks the corner. And once he does that, you see how AXB turns immediately. Like, once he sees this, he turns to try and just knock out any of the goalies. He tries to hit Corrupted G. He tries to hit Classics. So they tried for a play there. But Typical was not expecting this pass to come out this far. So, like, right there is a little bit of a positional mistake by Typical. But a smart idea there by Sathy. Now XP out to the middle, just a little bit too far forward, so good play by Classics. See what Corrupted G can do. Hits it a little bit light here. Could have probably done a little bit more with this. He doesn't have Drippe to pass to, so that's one thing, because you see how Drip's going back for boost. So he's got to do this all himself. He's basically has to get this double tap, because Classics is also kind of out of the play at this point. So he tries to throw off the wall for double tap low, because he doesn't have a lot of boost, so that's kind of the only thing he could do. And Simple just makes a good save to clear to the side, so... Corrupted G tried to do what he could, but the Typical was there for the defense. A lot of weird misses here by EG. See Corrupted G just completely whiff. Classics trying to do something. Not much really going on, but eventually it does go to Drip, so I guess it works. Nice clear by Drippe. Over to Classics, but now two of them are in the same exact spot. Trying to get the same goal. Like, Classics could have left that maybe for Drip. Maybe. But Drippe gets the boost at least. He grabs another boost, trying to get it around Typical. Nice play there. Clear it out. Just give him a little bit of a breathing room. See what XP does with Sathu here. Nice shot by Sathu. Good save by Classics. So I like this idea from XP. Just kind of forfeit that ball. So Sathu can go for it. He kind of has to because he has no boost. But I assume it was on purpose. At least to an extent. Because you never want to air dribble across your body. Or I'm sorry, like across the field to a teammate. Because then you get into a weird pinch thing that could skyrocket out somewhere. So you're usually better off just tapping it up and just like letting the ball kind of fly away from you. Unless the other team is going up too. And Sathy puts on a pretty decent shot. But Classics is there for the save. Right over to Drippe as well. But Drippe kind of just whiffs on this. We'll just stay here. Whatever. And now Classics and Corrupted G on top of each other once again. I feel like that happens a lot with this team. It's been Classics and Corrupted G on top of each other, which is surprising. You would think that would be Drippe, but it hasn't been Drippe all that much. And then Drippe tries to clear here, or at least pushes it to the side, but he throws it a little bit too high, so it comes right back down to AXB. Now AXB has some options. He goes for the pass. Smart idea. And Classics makes a heroic save, just diving across. But that's not something you definitely want to see, like, ever. But sometimes it happens. Ooh, terrible ball by Sathu. And that should have been the game. Like, this is just a bad, bad touch by Sathu. Typical is expecting this ball to go center, go over Corrupted G's head, and it just doesn't happen. That's just a really poor touch. And Corrupted G, nice goal there to seal it. Supposedly seal it, but 3-1, 33 seconds left. EG's got this win, right? Uh-oh. So right here, they go for the cheat up, and Corrupted G just gets beat. Simple as that. Like, this kickoff's perfect for Typical. Not much Corrupted G could do besides, like, just diving back to net, but he's already made up his mind. And Typical scores. It's just kind of a bad kickoff that goes exactly where Typical wants it. And now it's 3-2. Spacestation Rogue could be a very good game. Right now, I'm predicting Rogue. I'm not sure if I'm going to change it or not yet. I haven't decided. But that could be a solid game. Like, it's hard to tell what Splice is really all about because they played Energy and Cloud9, you know? So, we'll see. We'll see. Alright. Let's see what type of clears they get. Drip A clears it. Classics tries to push just to force something. So, Corrupted G backs off. That's the smart play. Now, Corrupted G. Like, alright. The infamous touch. Let's go over to what could have happened here. So, one, it's a bad ball by Cypical. He throws it. All right. So, Corrupted G sees all three. You can see all three. I'm going to go back a little bit further. So, Drip A clears it, and the Corrupted G thinks about it, and they say, all right, we see Classics just trying to rush, and I get it. Just trying to make sure he has to force Cypical to do something quicker, right? So, he throws it deep. Sathu jumps there. Sathu's out of the play. AXB. You can see AXB. He's nowhere close. And then he also turns away, too. And Corrupted G knows that he has Drip A behind him. You don't even have to touch this ball. It's game over if you just let Drip A do whatever he's got to do there. Very odd play. Nothing Drip A can do there. Just a weird play. And we're going overtime. Not good. Not good at all. That could matter in the long run, because that's not only like you lose the game because it was tied at 0 seconds. You lost that game because of that play. It's like, you would have won that game if you don't do that, and that can matter a lot later on. Who knows? Maybe EG comes back and reverse sweeps, or at least for game differential purposes, which it could be close near the bottom. You never know. Drip A tries that touch. Doesn't really amount to much, but he keeps it alive, and Corrupted G's going for some bumps. It could be somewhat threatening, so XP's got to throw it up pretty quickly. So Drip A, he continues to apply that pressure. But this ball right here, he could have probably shot that a little bit better. I want to see if he got the boost from mid. Because, like, this could have been a goal, too. Or at least made Sathu try a little bit harder for it. Oh, okay. He has no boost. So he taps that out. Yeah, he didn't get the boost. Still, he could have put more power on that. But didn't work out. So Sathu gets the ball. After a weak shot, goes to the dribble. Nice save by Corrupted G. Corrupted G trying for the pass, but the problem is, because Classics keeps going for these aggressive playstyles where he's just going for demos, like Drip A can't move up here at this point, because it's very difficult to try and play for a center pass when you're on the offensive end, when they have people ready in net like Sathu. So Classics is just going for these demos, but he could have been available for the pass instead. So he goes for those, but it kind of blows that possession up. Now a little ping pong action, see what AXB can do. He controls it really well. He gets it around 1. And Sathu beats out Drip there. Nice bump, too, by Sathu. Now AXB, can he get the air dribble? Not really an aerial dribble, but a good pass. Sathu going for the finish. Good save by Classics. So a big mess here. See Classics and Corrupted G both go up for it. And Drip A, he actually drove off the post, too. So Classics had to make that desperation save. So well done by him. But it's still in the half of EG. And we're in a bad camera view here, but we're going to keep it for now. Nice control by Drip A, but he gets just off the ceiling, so it goes directly down, which is a problem. Good pass there by Sathu. So I like the idea by Drip A, but he kind of beans it here. He controls it on that first touch actually extremely well. But then he just beans this one. There he goes up, and then, yeah, he just doesn't get it where it's going to hit off the curve and kind of glide across the ceiling. Instead, it goes straight down, and he knows it. And Classics can't do anything about that, but nice play here by Sathu just to tap it over to Cypical to finish that one off. Brilliant pass, and Corrupted G, man, that's a fast quit. Hot damn. He's out. He is out. And that is it. And I get it, man. Rough series there for EG. And some good passing plays when they needed it for Spacestation. So that worked out pretty well. But, yeah, there we go. That's the end of that series. Spacestation versus EG. We'll throw this up on the YouTubes for you guys to watch. It'll probably be up sometime on Thursday. And then